Ah, yes, we're finally going to get to the end of the Takemi storyline now. It's actually been quite a while that we've been working on this one, and I've been putting off the final one since we had so many other beach episodes to do, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, don't worry, we got beach episode part 2 coming up in the next one. I'm going to be honest, I've done a little bit of preview of that. It is largely... We're probably just going to do the same thing we did back in the Third Palace for that one.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go sit back, maybe do a stream, knock back a few cold brewskis, am I right?
Hey, hell yeah. We drink a lot of beer on this
On this
whatever the hell this is. I don't know.
a horrible mistake that I made 2 years ago. 3 years ago.
That girl's gotten a lot better. So this is not the girl who died, is what you clarified.
That is not Miwa.
Or who didn't
I
die.
don't know why. Like, it's weird. Why? Why not?
Yeah, but why not just like bring
this
it
is
back? This is our last. Is this the last Takemi social link?
Yeah, this is Social Link rank 10. You can tell because it's like we're actually getting like full voice acting for everything.
Due to your
Which they only do for rank 10.
generic body type and bland health history. Wow.
It's still like there's just.
She is very.
It fits for this generic storyline and bland lesson learned.
Takemi is actually a pretty well written character as far as this game goes. Just
Yeah, but it's just like it's just nothing.
they just
it
made
was just
her
nothing. Like I said, the entire storyline can be summed up as a woman is bedeviled by this horrible hospital director, which gets solved in one afternoon.
Well, in fairness, we did, unlike most of the episodes, unlike most of this game, you actually go and you solve the problem yourself. Like, you actually go in and change the heart of a major, like, medical director who's evil.
Yeah, I do appreciate that. I do appreciate actually tying in some game mechanics to the storyline. I would like them to do that a little bit more.
I mean, and it's 90% dialogue still, 90% underwhelming dialogue where you do nothing and you just sit around and listen to her complain.
Well, we sit around trying to figure out exactly why she was known and exiled from the medical community, and again, it was because she was bedeviled by this horrible hospital director. The end of story. That's the entire story.
Yep, and she figured out that you're a phantom thief. You're part of the phantom thieves. From the...
Yeah, fine. Yeah, you know what? I'll give him this. I still don't think that I would jump immediately to this jabroni being a phantom thief, but it's like, at least this makes more sense than Tornosuke, which was just... Why not?
I mean, I'm saying it's entirely logical. It's not that logical. It's kind of like, well, she told him, and then her problem got solved. I mean, arguably that's prayer. That's the power of prayer. Like, or it's the power of, maybe the Phantom Thieves are great at overhearing people. And as soon as she admitted it, they set to work. But no. No, it's obviously...
I like this idea that you're throwing down the Phantom Thieves are angels, because it was all the way back in, God, what, like episode 20 or something? I also floated that idea.
Yeah, and no one knows how they work, right? Like, they don't know how, other than maybe, like, Goro. Like, a few people understand the Phantom Realm and stuff.
And Goro already has a persona, as we found. I never really mentioned that, but it's like, Goro does have a persona. I never forget about that. In one of the actually surprisingly subtle parts of the game where they revealed that he was hearing Morgana talking, which can only be done by people with personae.
Yeah.
Persona? Personas.
Well,
no, they say
with this game, there's a 50-50 chance it was just an oversight.
Yeah. No. It's like, I don't know.
I mean, it might have been an oversight that they revealed it then.
No, it was still very like...
It was very conspicuous.
It was conspicuous when you know what you're looking for.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, okay, we'll give them some credit.
I'll give them a little. I'll give them an inch.
I'll give them one prop.
They'll take 100 hours. Man, but yeah, no. My idea was the fact that palaces and the entirety of the metaverse and like shadows and everything are being set up as like a way for God to punish the guilty, and these guys are the
avenging angels, so to speak.
Executors.
Oh, okay.
They're the executors of the will of God, because they don't actually choose like who gets palaces. But palaces are overall, the realm of evil people only. So that's why I saw them as like, holy warriors. And then it's just like, yeah, they're overhearing the rumors. Of course, they're still terrible at it, but I don't know.
Yeah, and by the way, I want to be clear. Looking at this, it's very clear that Sai was originally going to be Morgana's mother, right? Like
Morgana's mother. Yeah, well, I don't know, maybe. But
not Morgana.
Yeah, I know, it's like
Makoto.
it's the most. Every single one of these scenes cements that in my mind more and more.
Yeah. Like, she doesn't look like she's... Like, even if she's a sister, it's like she's 20 years older. Like, she's clearly, like, a hard-edged detective who has been in the
Also,
force.
the other thing is that we only ever hear stuff about Makoto's father. We never hear... I mean, I know that's, like, it goes with the whole Disney style,
Yeah.
You get one parent at best type of thing, storytelling.
Yeah.
But it's just, like... It's still... They could have thrown, like, at least one line to be all, like... I divorced or something.
Yeah.
But it's like, no. It's as if it was just... Well, we've also got, speaking of stuff we talked about in the past, it's just like they broke their backspace key. They never had it fixed.
Yeah.
So it's like anything that they chose, it's just like they just had to say for like Makoto when she was voicing the lines. Remember to say sister instead of mother. Because we can't fix the scripts. This is a dumb scene. I like it.
Yeah, it's kind of a classic. Like, it is kind of a Disney scene. Just like, oh, I gotta delete these files before my mom finds out.
It's a very sitcom scene.
Yeah.
Also, I think I said in the transcript, Makoto loading up stuff on Windows 95 right now.
Yeah, and I mean, it takes place in 20XX, but I believe that it's more like 2004 is approximately what this
At best.
Yeah. This feels like Wikipedia
like,
came out and and bloggers are the new big thing. Like, oh yeah, what are we going to do about this scourge of political bloggers?
What are we going to do about the scourge of political bloggers?
I mean, they don't even have a newspaper. They're perfectly independent. And they can't be controlled. They can just post anything, and there's nothing we can do about it.
Looks like it went well.
It's terrifying.
I wonder what we'll find. Oh, before that.
Truly, this is the future that Orson Scott Card warned us about.
Yeah.
There's a deep cut reference.
Yeah, the sequels to Ender's Shadow.
Seriously?
Yeah, what I don't
Or
remember
Ender's
what
Game,
any of this.
whatever.
I never actually read those books. I only have like a very cursory knowledge of like what goes on in them.
Yeah, I guess it does happen in the original.
You foolish, foolish children. Honestly think that the Phantom Thieves care anything about like actually punishing people who are doing wrong? Why don't you get them, why don't you have them personally... I mean, even if they're personally invested, it's their own principal, who's very much tied to the whole Kamoshida case. It's like they still have not done anything. Maybe blackmail them first, and then they'll care about actually doing something.
I like that you're already getting into the habit of not transcribing a lot of these scenes. Because...
to be fair, it's just like, we've been in summer vacation for... a while, but it's like even before that, I was not doing the school scenes here.
Oh, King Kamehameha.
It's like these are all pretty,
I'm afraid not.
filler scenes.
Yeah, no.
And that's kind of what I was saying, where it's just like I'm just like the IM messages, the very clear filler scene sort of things. It's just like just give me a little bit of a break here.
I mean,
look, nobody has gone up to episode 71 using this as a study method. Even I've just kind of, at some points for some of the episodes, just been like, okay, I'm just gonna copy paste, man.
yeah, I understand.
Because I'm just like, I don't care what's happening in this scene. Not even for studying's sake. And it's like the major thing about the series, especially at this point in time, is to study it.
Do you find you're still getting value out of the studying part of it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it is still like a super literal translations of stuff, and that helps me, get down with grammar mostly.
Okay. Now is everyone So presumably they're taking a plane. Is this everyone from the school or just like the seniors or just like?
Second year.
So is Futaba not going to be joining them?
Futaba's not even in school.
Oh, right. So is she going to be joining them either way?
Also, I think that she's a year younger anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, is she?
Makoto is a year older, but she is going because Kawakami is something tabloids.
She's gonna like she's gonna hack the airlines and get out of flights or whatever.
She's gonna hack herself onto the airplane. I mean, she can fly. She's got like this UFO thing. All she has to do is just. I don't no, wait, that's not how the metaverse works. We actually established that at this point. They're not connected.
She could ride the Flying Sphinx all the way to Hawaii.
Oh, yeah, Morgana is definitely not going to be coming on here. What do you got, Futaba? Uh-huh. Wait, are you telling me? Are you telling me that the mental shutdown cases...
It's not a coincidence.
The mental shutdown cases that were introduced back in episode 2? 69 episodes later have some kind of... Yeah, with this scene exactly. From episode 2. You remember this one?
Whoa. No, I don't. I might. It's just...
There was like literally the second episode that they had that. 69 episodes later,
No.
it's coming back, and we're finally yeah.
It's nice. All right.
We were talking about before the episode started here. It's like it's like a How I Met Your Mother, basically. But they eventually realized like, oh right, we do need to have a mother at some point in time. And now we're finally. Whatever. At this point in time, I don't even trust that they're going to be able to handle this at all.
How I Met MacGuffin.
Something will happen just randomly, and Deus Ex Machina will take care of everything. Kawaii. Namaiki kai kanji.
You're just doing this completely joylessly at this point.
Ryuji should he's like basically barreling the camera right now. We'll deal with this after we're done with our vacation. We are just gonna do the third pals thing next episode. We just want to get through it.
It's so funny that
like I don't even know. I don't even like. Why am I saying that? Those are like the parts of the game that I like the most, the more casual sort of things. But it's just like I'm just like done
You're
here.
Just done with the game.
I'm just done.
Well, I'm sure we only
like
have,
I can't.
I'm sure we only have like 20 episodes left.
Oh, I'm dying here. Every episode that goes by is taking a piece of my soul.
Well, you only have like 20 more pieces of your soul then. That's not bad. There's only 20.
I'm going to be left with a shred. It's going to be like just that sliver of my immortal soul left. The rest of it absorbed by Persona 5.
Well, again, you've only got 20 left. You've got...
And then it's going to be me. And Persona 5 is going to be running the channel. You think Persona 5 knows how to play Dead Cells?
Look, we just have to get to episode 91. That's
I
gonna be
stared too close at it, and I switched places with it. Somebody help me.
Listen, this is the most popular thing on your channel. You need to finish this. It's absolutely important.
You're right. People are depending on me.
Especially these parts after 12 minutes. I'm sure the engagement numbers are incredibly high at this point.
Yeah, that's when people actually jump in to watch the episode. I don't even know how they do it.
Comment if you still...
They type in the address bar, the exact like YouTube name, but then make sure that they set it to like 12 minutes into the episode. They put the timestamp on there so that they don't even start it up at the beginning.
Well, or, how about this? How about comment at the timestamp where you gave up? So you made it to 14 minutes. You've already
episode 3. 2 minutes in. Oh. Anyway, hey, Goro's super into jazz and he knows about an underground club. I actually do genuinely like that. Goro, Ryuji, and Sakura still remain the best characters.
Yeah, and actually Goro's scene here
Mishima,
actually...
he's still a nerd, but I like him.
Yeah, and honestly, Goro is so... you don't have any soft drinks you actively dislike, yes? What a charming young man.
What a charming young man. What a real jazz man there.
Yeah,
I apparated them right in front of you.
a real...
Because we didn't have an animation for that.
Yeah. He's... Okay. Oh, they actually have a full vocal, like, setup. Cool.
Yeah.
Fly me to the moon.
Anyway, we're not going to show it.
Okay.
Actually, there is like kind of a unique track here, I think, playing in the background. But, you know, aside from this, I don't know if we're going to see it. Look at his tie, too.
Yeah, that's pretty nerdy.
What a nerd. I like him a lot.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It's going to make me sad when he joins the team and becomes an idiot. Ah, well.
By the way, and Goro's love for jazz, like, it's pretty well written, and it's like it's one of those things that like makes you wonder like what this game could be if they actually knew what, if they actually had like a central goal that they were focusing on instead of just trying to pad out time for 60 or 70
Wait, are
hours.
you telling me that waiting 69 episodes to return to the soul devastation reaction syndrome is not like the central theme of the game? No, wait, the central theme of the game is them getting popular. I forgot.
This is like the Chimera Ant saga, like except instead of, or the Namek saga of Dragon Ball Z, except the Frieza doesn't actually pose a threat. They're just passing 5 minutes in an excruciating long time.
I mean, don't worry. We're going to... Presumably, this game has an ending.
Uh-huh.
I don't think that, like, every time my PS4 updates, that it's also adding more content into Persona 5.
Mm-hmm.
That it's like we're just Xenos paradoxing our way to the end at this point.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're writing it faster
My immortal soul depends on the fact that that is true, so I have to believe
Well,
it.
it's kind of like one of those, like, if you were faster at transcribing this, they wouldn't be able to keep up with you. So, actually, you're the reason that this is taking so long. It's your damn Binding of Isaac.
Oh, but Binding of Isaac is so good. Did you see that last episode that I did?
I haven't seen it yet.
The one where I just, like, straight up not only broke the game literally, I mean, it hard crashed on me eventually, but, like, I was rapidly switching through characters to get, like, 30 different achievements over the course of that.
Wow. Okay. No, I didn't see
That was pretty cool. But yeah, no, I can't give up on that game. That is also, unfortunately, the remnants of my soul that are still here that have not been replaced with Persona 5 are committed to that instead. The irony that these are both heavily Christian games is established earlier in this episode.
Also, it's weird how he actually says, like why didn't they just put this in the scene?
I don't know.
It's good. It's good writing.
Like,
but it's just like, okay.
The fact that... God, I love Goro. He's such a nerd.
Yeah.
He's such a pretentious nerd.
Oh, yeah. And the thing is, like, okay, what he's saying about jazz is pretty accurate. He really gets it. And it's just like, okay.
He's turned into Patrick Bateman from American Psycho. But yeah. I mean, basically.
Future party member.
Future party. And then it's like, once we actually get to him here, it's like, it's gonna be, it's gonna be bad. It's never been good.
It's not good. What is they're gonna do is they're gonna make him like talk like once every 7 people in the conversation. It's like Ryuji. They've kind of colonized Ryuji. Ryuji is no longer an interesting character. He's just there to say his piece once in a while and pat.
I mean, well, everybody's just there to save their piece, so it won't help me. So fuck. It's like, was that me making that comment? Anyway. And here's everybody just shit-talking Keiichi right here. He talks big, but he doesn't even do anything. Am I writing the game now? Oh, no, it's because I switched places with it. I forgot.
Let's see. So, modern-day Robin Hood.
Could you just imagine if, like, I was the one who was making all these... Oh, here's this.
Mishima rocks.
So this is This is the level of villains that we're attacking now. Yeah, fuck it, whatever. It's funny to think that it's like Mishima, yeah, he is just the arbiter of all things good and just at this point in time because he's the only one that can convince the Phantom Thieves to do
A
anything.
nasty gamer, yeah. He's cheating. He's using a mod. It's total
See
bullshit.
what this is all about.
in an arcade.
It's just clearly like, it's clearly like he just beat Mishima at some point, right?
Nasty cheat. Yeah, and now we're gonna go and beat him into submission in the metaverse.
We're gonna use our supernatural
Nasty
power
gamer
to
because
take
he's the sort of
out
gamer that calls you Miss Jackson. I had to say that. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That was important. Anytime anybody uses the word nasty, I have to make a reference to Janet Jackson's Nasty.
Fair
It's
enough.
the rule.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hey, yeah, we're actually gonna do some gameplay,
Oh yeah, and
and then we're not gonna do gameplay for 3 more.
an
hours,
actual evil person instead of like, oh, we're actually, it's a land speculator who's trying to drive off the elderly off his land.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we could also go after that cheater or something, or like whoever, whatever.
Who's been
And I'm
assaulting
just like,
people?
oh right, I got all these things. Whatever. I don't care.
Yes. Let us go.
All right. I actually wanted to do this for like the 69 episode because it would be much faster than transcribing a bunch of dialogue. But I could. This is the earliest that I could get into Mementos. 2 episodes later.
Is this the first time Fudaba has been in the metaverse? Other than-
no, she was in her own palace.
I mean, other
but
than yeah, of course.
Mementos. Yeah, I don't think she's been in here before. But look, don't tell them that, or we're gonna have an entire scene where they have to explain.
yeah,
everything.
of course, and they will. They absolutely.
Actually, they won't.
Wow.
Wow, I know. I would say they're learning, but I think they probably just forgot.
Yeah.
I feel like
Somebody
it's
got
gonna
fired
be
over
bigger and
that.
Bigger.
No, definitely.
Also, Fudaba looks good with that, like, whatever that VR headset is.
She looks like she's got like super huge pupils, like she's very surprised at something.
Yeah, like kind of like she looks like kind of like a predator in real life. Like that's what they would look like.
Yeah, a bird of prey.
Yeah.
The more Mementos
Like a
spreads,
bird of prey crossed with a bug crossed with Arnold Schwarzenegger's Predator.
Maybe it's the other way around.
It was his.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
That's why he was able to survive that movie. No
We're
way.
the ones expanding it. Or perhaps Mementos grants further passage as we become more prevalent in the
So
general
let me just check real quick. This is episode
Like,
71.
Getting free
7-1.
admission for
The
being
big.
popular?
It's a prime number.
That's rather well put.
Wow. Hey, yeah, I think you're right.
It
That's
is.
amazing. Actually, you're amazing, Fudaba.
Anyway,
How'd you
yeah, how do we figure that
out?
out? Only 71 episodes out. Whatever. Let's just get on with this here.
I didn't know at all. What have I been doing?
Being shitty at your job, but that's everybody here.
Okay.
And I told you I'm not going to be doing transcriptions for any more of the dungeons. That includes Mementos.
Yeah.
Because I'm just...
It's just a bridge too far at this point. It's just you.
I have to maintain some of my immortal soul.
Yeah.
This is Persona 5, the immortal soul. The battle for Doc's soul. There we go. That's the episode name.
Again, great design. Like this.
Well... Also, yeah, there's something about just like he might resort to violence. That's a pretty big jump in logic. Whatever. Let's just do it.
Sounds like.
Look, we can't get to the door. He's standing in front of it.
Also, he should just respond properties theft. I'm an anarchist. Prove me wrong.
Pissy, smelling kids. All right, sure.
Now we need to kill
Fine.
him for saying that.
And here's Ipin Datara, which was a mini boss back in Madarame's palace.
Oh, okay.
This is the guy that we fought when right before. Well, actually, when Yusuke joined the party. You know, like, there's like 500 Kaneko demons that you could have chose. Why are we getting repeats? As well as like new ones that they've been creating for the thing.
Now, so do you...
And I think this is also a good point in time to remind you that I am in fact on the hardest difficulty. But it's like I crank the difficulty not just up to like hard. It's on what is it called? Challenge mode, Maniac, I think in English.
Okay, yeah.
It's just like
Maniac.
on the floor.
Okay, that's how that goes. Okay, great.
Dancing like you never danced before.
Yeah, okay. I did not know those were the lyrics. Thank you. I just knew the maniac. Yeah, on the floor, I guess. I didn't know that part.
Yeah, I've been getting back down with like listening to a bunch of music lately.
Yeah.
Latest was re-listening to more Talking Heads. Finally getting out of Remain in Light. I went to more songs about building and food. God damn, what a great album.
Oh, you're talking about the album, More Songs About Building and Food. I thought you were talking about... I thought you were just listening to More Songs About Building and Food separate from...
I mean, I guess technically...
I guess you did both.
Even though none of those songs were really... You know what I'm saying.
Yes, I do. Yeah, the Talking Heads is one of my favorite
yeah, maybe
bands.
this is like... It's fantastic.
Yes, it is.
But yeah, I mean, you know. Anyway, I took barely any damage the entire fight here, and it's just like, this is supposed to be the one that was inaccessible until like right now. Right now, in fact.
Yeah, and
I don't know, it's weird. For the hardest difficulty, it's just like... and it just gets kind of like worse from this. Is there any way I can have the movie theater? What do you expect me to do about that?
Also, I just like that it's like, okay, I like that he's just like, I'll actually get fired if I don't do this.
That's the funny thing is that compared to any other villain, that's maybe the most like potential empathy you could care about any villain we've seen so far.
Yeah, like, oh, I'll actually get fired. And it sounds like it's not 100% clear. Like I was kind of joking about the anarchist thing, but it's like, why is their property sacred? Like, they have a movie theater, right? Are they actually using it? Like,
no, I think it's been closed the entire game.
So they're just squatting on this, and it's like, they're even making money from it? Is it sentimental? Like, we don't know these details. It's hard to just... I mean,
I didn't realize that you sided with big business so much.
Like, he's a land speculator, but they're the property owners. Are they doing anything with it to improve it?
I don't think they're doing anything with it at all.
Like, if they're living there...
So, the next area here in Mementos is actually kind of cool.
Like, if it's,
like the look
if
of
it's
it,
their home...
boy, it gets weird.
Oh, yeah, this is pretty fucking weird. I like this. Those are, like, bones done.
Yeah, they're like the train tracks are now like bones.
I don't like it. In fact,
also,
I hate the bones.
I can still just run into enemies without even...
Sorry.
Yes, you hate the bones. For the references you also have to make, speaking of Janet Jackson and everything.
Yeah.
Want to throw in something about Danganronpa?
The gist of this game is like Danganronpa if it were not well written. If it were written by all the people who were not the main guy. Well, it was written by the people who were not look, this is a dead end. Why aren't you realizing?
I'm just taking a look at like the weird headstones and whatever that's in the end, and like the posters on the wall.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Because I think it's neat.
Okay.
Like, look at it.
I just think it's neat.
Yeah. Well, anyway, as you can see, every one of the enemies I'm running into... again, this is the hardest difficulty. Every one of the enemies I'm running into goes down without even a fight. And I'm literally just getting levels after levels after levels. And this is the hardest difficulty in the game.
So you think the game is broken at this point then?
I don't know what to think.
Uh-huh.
But it's just like, man, I'm not even like doing anything here.
Well, I mean, it seems like at this point you only have to fight like the mini bosses. Is that right?
And the mini boss was like totally trivial too. I have not been like super grinding or anything off screen because, you know.
Yeah, no, I understand. You don't want to play this more than you need to.
Well, I mean, I kind of do because I do like
the game is good.
Dungeon crawling when it comes up, but it's just like, you know, Mementos is not that interesting. It's a bunch of like random generation type.
Now, how much of that is just because you've been doing all the social links? you could possibly do.
That is certainly possible.
I mean, not
but
all
it's just
of
like
them.
those mostly affect when you create new demons, and I haven't really been creating new demons yet.
Oh, okay.
But then again, I also think that you kind of expect it to do the social links because that's
Yeah.
they're in the game.
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, you'd be expected to do about as many as you're doing, maybe a little bit less, but not that much less. I mean, it's understood if you're playing a genre like this, especially if you're doing it on the challenge mode, you're gonna take every advantage you can get, right?
And I don't really think that I've been taking every advantage because, I mean, especially, as the game's gone on, I've gotten much lazier about actually optimizing characters and everything.
Now, I gotta say, this is
'Cause-
still pretty fun to look at. Like, this is not, like, it's not boring. You're going through this mystery machine, running over these weird demons. I mean, it's pretty cool.
The funny thing is that I actually think, like, genuinely some of the best writing in the game is just little asides that you have while riding around in Mementos.
Huh.
Because the main characters will basically just talk about whatever. Not that you're going to be able to understand any of that because it's in Japanese right now. But I can, and I'm enjoying it.
Like, you're
Also-
loving this.
Yeah, stuff like that. Except, also it gets canceled out whenever I run into an enemy, which I do every 10 seconds or so. And I got another level.
Yeah, and I'm noticing that you're gaining levels really quickly, it seems like.
I mean, a lot of those are just regular Persona, but I think, like, the actual character levels, I've gained, like, 3 or 4
Yeah.
just going through this section alone, not even fighting anything, just running into them.
Yeah. I feel like you shouldn't
I
get
don't-
100% experience if you don't actually fight them.
Actually, it's not even 100%. It's like 150% because of the new stuff they added in the Royal. This guy.
Oh, okay.
This guy right here. Egg Boy.
Who is Egg Boy?
We don't really know too much about what his deal
Okay.
is yet. He's a shadow, I guess, but that's about it.
Okay.
But yeah, he can do stuff like increase the amount of items you get, which is why running into that stuff, you see a huge amount of items on screen, as well as like increase the amount of experience you get. Like I was saying, before this, I was pretty diligent, at least about like making sure that I got all of the like meta upgrade stamp whatevers to do that. But I guess that would explain it, really. There you go.
It kind of feels like going through a looter shooter like that's 20 levels below where you're at, and it's like it's trivial. It's just not very fun.
It's just weird because I don't know. This is pretty much the earliest that I could have gone into this section.
Yeah, I mean that just shows that this is like not incredibly well balanced, maybe. Yeah.
Especially on like the high. I don't know. It is just weird. But hey, like I said, this is the first time that we're going to be getting some gameplay in many episodes, and it's going to be the last time we're getting gameplay in many episodes. So
it feels like they should just scale the enemies up a little bit, like, and then just that seems.
I don't know. It's like maybe it just is that's kind of what you would say about like how little they care about the gameplay.
Which is very damning, considering it's one of the few bright spots, right?
One of the few spots that I really enjoy. I mean, I think the press turn system is still very well done, as well as like all the things related to whatever. But yeah, here you can see I'm getting 140% experience.
Nice.
Now I just upped items into 5
Cool.
instead of 4 for each thing.
Cool. And what is Egg Boy saying?
Egg Boy's just saying, hey, you gonna try it with me? Okay, cool. I thought that we were supposed to get I'm still doing like the will seeds and everything too for some reason. It's like, thought that we were also supposed to get, maybe I already got that accessory? I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, it's been like 30 episodes or something since I did it, so.
I
Yay.
feel that we've somehow strayed a tad from Carl Jung's original vision for this game.
Yeah. I mean, it's just unfortunate that he's passed because otherwise he would have had a much tighter creative control over what went into this. I think it would have been better.
I'm glad they continued.
But I mean,
the series
that's
without
also.
it, but
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where it's just like once the original creator retires or something like that, there is kind of a dip in quality.
yeah.
But all we gotta do is just wait like until somebody else can really take up the reins. Like what happens in comic books pretty often. with like a singular good vision for these characters and what they're doing.
Yeah, like you know, like even Carl Jung, like he got his start when Freud had to retire.
Yeah. Writing the history of Oedipus. The first couple issues of that were great.
I mean,
Took a very different tone.
when I think wait, what was Freud's big one? He was Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Oh yes. Oh man, yeah. But now we got Hideaki Anno on it, and he won't allow anybody else to work on that. So we won't even get like the fourth, third. I don't remember what they're at movie.
Yeah. Well, I gotta say, for that movie series, that seems like a whole big situation where
I was
you
just
cannot
saying that
advance.
behavioralism was a mistake.
What was that?
I was just saying that behavioralism was a mistake. Interviews.
Yeah, that's the subtitle of the news movie. Behavioralism was a mistake.
You cannot behave. I've never even seen on Genesis Evangelion.
Well, I mean, you're clearly not even pronouncing it right, so yeah.
Evangelon.
Evangelion.
Evangelion.
Yes.
Good camera angles. Anyway, what were we talking about here?
We were just
I mean, to be
doing-
fair, one of the things that has happened in Persona is that they don't even have Carl Jung's Philemon. He actually used to appear in the original
he
games.
did, really.
Yeah, he was kind of what Igor is doing right now.
Yes.
You serious?
I mean, Igor was also
I
there.
can't tell if you're doing
but-
a bit that rules.
No, that's a real
Oh
thing.
wow.
There's actually like the whole thing way early in the game with like a butterflies, which are kind of like his avatar. He's got like a big
Mm-hmm.
butterfly mask on. That it's like that's kind of how he still continues to appear in the series at this point in time.
Okay. Yeah.
The Persona games are weird in that way. I don't. It's one of the things I really like
Yeah,
about them, except it's so unfortunate. Man, I'm still gonna say again that it's just like Persona 5. It's like not only do I dislike it, it is also just it cuts deeper because I had such high hopes for it.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do?
Well, that's how it always
finish
goes.
the game,
Like,
I
I'm sure
guess.
if Danganronpa has a bad game, like it's gonna be much more,
You play Alter Despair Girls?
What was that? Oh, I don't acknowledge that. I never played that, and I will not because it seems like a cat game.
Okay then. I see.
So I've already done the mental leaps necessary to prevent being disappointed in a Danganronpa series.
No true Danganronpa game would be bad.
Yeah, that is kind of a fallacy.
Well, hey, I'm actually getting to the point where I can't just immediately run into every
I
single
was wondering
enemy,
what
but
that-
it took a surprisingly long time. Anyway, all of the enemies here, as you can see, are just the same thing as from Futaba's Palace, which means that there's not really even anything to show in terms of like content related to that.
What are those points you're getting with the moon and the sun?
Oh, that's the things that allow me to get like the extra experience and items and whatnot.
Okay.
They appear at the end of each thing, and they also kind of appear randomly in the middle of them, sort of like as a secret deal, usually behind like secret walls or whatever.
Okay.
It's like, yeah, that was added in the Royal to make Mementos, I guess, more interesting as a dungeon. Didn't help that much,
So-
but I don't know. It's like I still like the gameplay enough that I'm willing to, kind of like mess around here and there. Even though, like I said, it's just like a dungeon right now.
So I don't understand why you're still able to kill these. Didn't you just say that like they're getting strong enough that you can't just kill them with one?
Some of them are, some of them aren't. I don't know. Don't ask me. I can't tell you. Look, I'm not a high-level gamer when it comes to Persona 5, except I somehow am.
I mean, you're playing on the hardest difficulty in the original Japanese. I don't know what would be more hardcore than that.
It's true. That's why I'm just like, I am, but I'm not.
I mean, is
Am
there
I?
a European extreme mode?
This would be the European Extreme mode. It actually was. It would originally this level of difficulty was only included as a DLC that you had to download. And it was put into the Royal as like a base thing, but yeah,
Nice.
this is European Extreme.
Yeah. So there you go.
Man, I don't
You're a
know.
Persona expert. Just
I mean, dude, like for real though, I am.
you're one of the world's leading authorities on Persona games.
Fuzukanai. That's well, Majika. I mean, I guess it's for real.
Okay.
That's why Ryuji says that all the time, because that's what he says.
Okay.
Fuzukanai is also just somebody saying Japanese a lot. That means quit bullshitting me, basically.
I think
Anyway.
what they should do is they should have when they translate common Japanese phrases in English, they should just not translate those and make you look them up so you gain familiarity with the language. That's the job of it.
I mean, they already still used like honorifics.
Yeah, I mean, I
As we've established before in previous episodes, sometimes at points where they don't actually use honorifics in Japanese. But
I feel like everything in Japanese, like that's translated into English, should sound like it's a weeaboo talking to you. Like, okay, Oni-san, kawaii, shikataganai. Like, gamers,
go for
if you...
you're talking like old school fan dub.
Yeah,
Where you get like the little the cultural notes on the top of the screen sort of thing.
exactly. I love that shit.
I love that shit too. I would actually like to see it in like more modern like translation.
I actually would.
We've
Not, like, I'm kind of being like...
the unfortunate thing is we kind of move past
So
that.
the thing I'm doing is a bit, but the also I do like that. I like learning. Okay, well, you know what? This is like the thing with Parasite and the noodles, where it's like what was it, udon or something? Like it was ramen and udon noodles or something. Am I
Puns and the like. Puns and cultural stuff. I think it's neat.
I do too.
People are too professional these days. That's what I say. And now I'm gonna bring it back, baby, with video games. Hence the Persona series. Well, I mean, to be honest, I have kind of done like a little bit of that. Whatever. I guess it's just like this shouldn't come as a surprise to anybody, given what this series has been about for 71 episodes now. So, there we go.
I kind of feel like more translations, especially subs, should be like, oh, this is untranslatable. Don't even try to translate it. Like,
who does that?
what was that?
At the very least,
Anime does that?
usually people would give the occasional stuff. Give it an attempt.
Yeah. It's an untranslatable word, which means let's eat.
Oh boy, the amount of times that people have like tried to do something there with that.
I think that's itadakimasu or something.
Yeah, I mean it's like you get at least gochi-sama.
Okay.
Anyway, no, both.
Gesundheit.
It's just like I don't know. If you just, well, you don't have to say it's untranslatable. You just need to say exactly what it says, exactly what they're saying. Transliterate it to English text, and then have a cultural note on the top of the screen.
Yeah.
See, it's easy. Even though you wouldn't need to. If people are watching fan dubs, they don't.
Yeah, they don't care.
You should just put down in the captions. You know the drill.
I feel like I've missed so much about
Am I right?
like Japanese food.
Am I right, fellow anime fans?
I feel like I've missed so much about like food in Japan from how they like translate it poorly. It's like, it just looks really unappetizing. The food, it's like, it's a thin broth of soup, and it's like, just say miso. Like I think that's enough of a. I think miso is well known enough.
Nice salty broth. Anyway, speaking of salty, like I said, we're gonna go do the thing to do the thing next time.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how they're ending the episode.